Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Rooted Podcast. We've got a little bit of everything on this episode. We're going to talk a little bit trapping, a little bit turkey hunting, kind of getting ready for it, a little bit of shed hunting, as it's that time of year also. There's just a lot going on right now. But as always, we're going to start things off right. Ben, bring the word to us, my friend.
All right, the word today comes from the book of Revelation, chapter 4, verse 11. You are worthy, O Lord our God, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and they exist because you created what you pleased. Hey, talking about stuff that God created. God created everything. He created you, He created me, He created the birds of the air, the fish of the sea, the lakes, the deer, the ducks, the turkeys,
All of it.
everything. All of it. If you can't see God in those creations, I don't know what to tell you. When you look at a human and you see how complex we are, how we can articulate things, how we can build things and do different things, and you can't tell me that we were not made in the image of God. How we heal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you get a cut, it grows back together, most of the time. So you can't tell me that we weren't made and created by God, because it's just not true. And let's just take ducks, for example. There's 41 different species of ducks, geese, swans, and there's one crane in that mix. They're all different. They all have different color patterns. They are all beautifully made. So you can't tell me that God created all those different species of waterfowl to be so different and diverse, yet there's still waterfowl. So you can't tell me that God created all that, and then you look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I don't believe in God. What? That makes absolutely zero sense to me, because God created us in His own image. And even more importantly, He cares far more about us than all the other animals that He created. So we are like top. We need to look at God. Are we ever going to be perfect? No. That's the point. That's the point of salvation. We're going to fail. We're going to trip. We're going to fall. That's why Jesus died on the cross, was for our sins. And he knew going into it that we were sinners, and it was never going to change until we depart with this body and be with him in heaven. However, the atonement for that sin is accepting Jesus Christ into your heart. That's where the change is happening. And if you pause for just a second and look around, you will see God's creation in every single thing that you look at.
Yeah, absolutely. If you just take a moment to step back and really realize what's going on around you,
Yeah.
it's pretty incredible. Especially whenever you're in the woods and you just know that, you're the only one for, Lord knows how long.
Yeah.
And you're just in the middle of you know, just a beautiful piece of land. And you really, really deep dive and think about that, kind
Mm-hmm.
of zoom out and realize how just you're like, I'm just this little speck on this mountainside, but all that was put there by God, and you're there for a reason,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
you just need to realize that
Yep.
it's not just because whatever. No, it's because God put you there.
Yep. That's exactly right, my friend.
And
No two ways about it.
we want to talk about putting things in the right spot. Traps.
Ooh.
Me and you have started off the year good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Ben, let's start with yours, because you had something happen for the very first time ever for you. But I want you to tell a story. I don't want to ruin
I caught my first bobcat in a
it.
leg hold trap.
Woo!
I have been trying to do that, John, for the past 2 years, and it finally came together. Yes! I've been wanting to do that for a long time, and man, am I excited to have walked. So I was actually rolling through and checking all the cameras and all the traps that I had because I was setting them off, because I'm leaving next week to go to Texas, and I'm not going to be back down at the ranch, so there's no sense in having traps that are active while I'm not there because obviously I can't check them. And that's one of the main fundamentals in trapping is, making sure you can check that trap every single day so that way those animals don't stay in there for longer than they need to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was making my rounds, already went to 4 of them, and was going out, and I forgot to check this trap on the way in. And I turned around and came back and looked up, and dude, I lost my mind when I saw that old bobcat sitting there. And the thing is, John, bobcat's season runs out tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day.
Wow.
So I caught one the day before it ended. And oh man, what an awesome deal. So the day before, I had a raccoon in that same trap, and all I did was went back, reset it, and reconfigured some of the logs and stuff that I had in there, and thought, well, I'll give it one more night. If I don't catch anything, I'll just set it off and it'll be fine. Because it's not going to hurt those traps to stay in the ground right there where I have them. I just have them, kicked off so they can't grab anything for right now. But man, talk about setup. So where this is. When you cross the dry creek there and you go around what used to be the cornfield and you loop back around to your left, there's that point in the field that comes out.
Okay.
And it goes in, there's another road that turns right there to go into that really small food plot.
Yep.
So on that road, before you turn right to go into that food plot, that point right there was a big old mound of like old logs just all mounded up right there. So I took my bait and tucked it up into those logs and then made like a V shape going around the trap.
Gotcha.
And I set the trap far enough back to where it could get them when they put their nose in, it'll get their front leg. And one thing to note too about trapping big predators, not raccoons because they don't really care, but I always take a stick and put it right before the trap because they're not going to step on a stick because they don't want to let their prey know that they're there. So they're going to step over that right into the trap. So that's a cool little tidbit of information for you there. But man, couldn't believe it. Absolutely couldn't believe it. And the crazy thing is none of the other traps had anything in them. I haven't caught any raccoons except for that trap. Anywhere, not on the dog proofs, not anything. I was like, what in the world is going on? I usually catch a pile of them, and I've got a pile of them on camera. I've already got 15 or 20 raccoons caught by now. And this year has been totally different. So when I get back, we're going with the Friskies, John. I messed around and didn't get the Friskies this time. And I think what I'm going to do on those dog proofs is switch out, put one with corn in it and one with Friskies in it, and just kind of do a test to see which one does the best and, kind of go from there. But man, I tell you, it has been one heck of a day. I mean, an awesome day to say the least. So
what's this leg hold trap? Explain what that is.
So a leg hold trap, it opens up and lays flat like this, and it's got a little pad in the middle and a set that goes across, and you click it, and that's what arms the trap. And I'm not using the correct technical terms, and I'm sorry for that, but excuse me. So that's how you arm the trap and get it ready to go. And I use these earth anchors, and I drop them in the soil. They're about 8 to 12 inches long, and I take this big old steel rod and drive them in until you can't see the loop hardly anymore. And then I grab that loop and pull up, and what it does, so that anchor goes in like this, and then when you pull, it turns to the side to where they can't pull it out. So that's what holds your trap in the ground. And man, it worked awesome. And then after that, sorry, I'm getting real distracted here because I'm really excited
Hey, go for it.
about catching this dang bobcat, man. This is the highlight of my year.
That's amazing.
Been trying so hard to catch a gosh dang bobcat, man. Anyway, let me tell you how to bed the trap. So you want to make sure that once you get the trap set and everything, that you seat it properly in the soil. So what I do is I have a trapping tool. It's a hammer with a claw on one side and I don't know, it's like a little mini shovel on the other side to where I can put my dirt hole sets in. So I dig back the soil just enough to where the trap sits level with the surface of the soil. And I take and move it side to side, the little ears that actually spring closed. I hold those because you don't want to get your hand in the trap in case for whatever reason it goes off.
Yeah.
But another thing you can do is you can flip the front part of the trap up, and then it can't get you at all because it's not the one that's holding the tension. The back jaw is holding the tension.
Gotcha.
So you can flip that front one up and move it as you need to, and then you seat it properly. And sometimes you got to pack mud underneath those little tabs, and then push it down. And then what I like to do is take the remaining dirt and pack it around the front of the jaw, the back of the jaw, and just pack it on in there real nice until you can't hardly move that trap at all. You don't want it to move, because if it moves and a dog or a bobcat goes to step on it, they're going to be like, whoa, that's not right. That's not normal. So it needs to be seated firmly in the ground. And then what I do is I take these little fiberglass screens. I get them off a trapping website, and I just put them on there. And the thing I like about them is they're reusable. So they don't bend like the metal screens. They just go right back to what they were, and
you just
no
put
issues
that on
there.
top or something?
Yeah, so I put that on top of the foot pad where they step on to set the trap off. And then I take peat moss, because peat moss does not freeze and it's really soft. And I take and put it in a sifter and sift it across that trap until it's perfectly smooth. And then what I do is take some of the leaves and other vegetation that I've dug up, and I pack it back around that trap to where there's just a little bit of peat moss in the middle showing, just a little bit. You don't want much, but you also don't want to cover the jaws too much either. You just want it to be a real light covering to where it just looks natural. And then to finish it off, I get a bunch of sticks. All right. This is for a bobcat set in the tree line up against like a tree or a stack of logs or whatever.
Okay.
I take and I make a V with sticks to where they have to go that way to get into that trap to get the bait that we've put out. So they can't come in from the sides. They can't come in from the back. They have to go in that way. And that, I think, is what helped a lot this time, and just being in the right place at the right time. You know, man, it was awesome. I'm like, dude, I'm still over here jacked up about catching my first bobcat. I mean, I can't believe it, man. Absolutely cannot believe it.
So then you're gonna hide that baby, or get the old hide off of it?
Oh yeah, we're gonna tan the hide, or actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skin it, and then I'm gonna flesh it and salt it, and then put it in the freezer, and then I'll send it off to the tannery and get it soft tanned. Because man, there's a lot of things that go into tanning a hide, and I just absolutely do not have time to.
I'm good.
You know, do it like you're supposed to.
Yeah, just let a pro.
Yeah, man, just let a pro do it. Because, I mean, honestly, you know, it takes probably 2 weeks to do it yourself, and I don't have 2 weeks to sit around and stretch a hide and all that stuff. I don't have time. So I'm at least going to get it fleshed and salted and dried out, and then roll that baby up and put it in the old freezer and send it off here soon. And hopefully, when I get back from Texas, we're going to go full bore on the raccoons and coyotes.
Yep.
Because, man, I have had probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 on camera here recently, and that has got to go. Those old song dogs are about to get chased by a hairy man with some traps.
Hey, there you go.
That's right.
I love it. Yeah.
So,
man.
you know, talking about raccoon trapping and all that stuff, you recently caught a raccoon as well. And didn't you put out your very first leg hold trap for coyotes?
Yeah, I am new to this whole trapping thing. Last year was really the first year doing it. And all I did was dog proof. So I just, was learning it, getting in there, um, and everything like that. So, but yes, I did. I put out a couple dog proofs where I've seen them on camera and I've had success in the past, and caught me one pretty about medium to large raccoon, and I was happy to get him out of there and get everything going. So it kind of just broke the ice on the trapping season for me. I was real happy to get him, but yeah, I got a Duke 550 coyote leg hole trap, whatever you call it, and I've been watching videos and listening to you and trying to learn and trying to figure out the right spot, and I got it, sitting there pretty good. It's not
Mm-hmm.
wiggling. I made my little kind of V. I put the stick, and
Yeah.
I've had coyotes on camera around there, but I'm still learning. But I will, by golly. That's my only goal trapping wise. Well, I mean, other than catching a bunch of raccoons, which I can do
Mm-hmm.
that, but is to get one coyote. If I can get one coyote, I will be super excited. And I've already kind of decided if it's big enough and if I can catch two or three, I really want to make like a vest, like a coyote vest. I
Yes. A
think that'd be
coyote
cool.
vest would be awesome.
I think that'd be super cool.
I want to make a full jacket of coyotes,
Oh, I think that'd be cool too. And then have the hood be like the head of one.
or the hood be bobcat.
All of it. I think it'd be
Oh yeah,
freaking
that would be
sweet.
pretty epic, man. So I'm coming to see you here pretty soon
Yeah.
because we
Yep.
got a bunch of filming to do and all that for the show. But what I'm going to do while I'm there is I'm going to bring some wool to you. So wool is fantastic for putting your bait on your lure for your coyote traps because it holds that scent in there for a really long time,
Mm.
and it's natural animal hair. So that's one of the things that I do is now on your coyote trap, did you do a dirt hole set
Yeah.
or how
Dirt.
did you
Yeah.
dirt hole?
Yeah. So I got me a little shovel and I kind of just, I tried to get all the dirt out in one piece as I could, but it didn't,
Mm-hmm.
I got it out pretty well. And then, I set the trap and I set it in there and I packed it around kind of like what you're talking. And then I, took, took the sifter and, just, sifted the excess
Mm-hmm.
dirt around there. And then I dug another hole, and this is on the edge of a field where right off of a game trail,
Mm-hmm.
and then I dug this other hole like I don't know, probably like 8 to 12 inches or something off of the
Mm-hmm.
trap, and put the bait in the hole.
Yeah.
That way they'd have to kind of put their nose in there and then maybe step in to look at it. But no success yet. But I have a feeling that once you come up, tweak it a little bit, show me all the nice tips and tricks, and by
Mm-hmm.
golly, I'd say I mean because I know they're there, so that's not the problem. It's
Yeah.
definitely me just learning. This is a learning curve, but hey, this is part of it. You got to learn, and there's nothing wrong with not knowing what you're doing. That's why you have friends and you watch YouTube videos and you go out and learn, and it's going to be a fun time. Us out there setting traps. So
Oh
um,
heck yeah, it's gonna be a great time. So one thing I learned recently is you can take a rock if you're doing like an open field set, like in your food plot or whatever. You can take a rock and set it down and put two holes, 45 from each other. And
mm,
it looks like a mouse run to come in and out.
uh,
And you put your bait down in there on both sides. And then you set your trap in front of it. And apparently, that is a very, very
mm,
successful way
mm.
to catch bobcats, coyotes, all that. I mean, I've used the dirt set a lot, and man, it's worked great for me. I mean, last year I caught a mess of coyotes right here in my backyard.
That's awesome.
So, mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
one was a big old rascal, and
mm,
Teddy helped me set the traps.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, For me, it's just like I find something else to do that's hunting and outdoors, and it's just another season for me to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
kind of bridges, because deer ends, January, and then of course you
Mm-hmm.
have ducks in there, and we do some waterfowl, but then there's still just kind of that lull before turkey season starts, and it's like, I'm trapping, and then of course there's shed hunting, and then obviously I'm scouting for turkeys and getting that ready, and
Yeah.
then there's running minerals and doing all that stuff for the deer, but it's just another
Mm-hmm.
thing to kind of fill in the gap, and I'm starting to really really enjoy it. I mean, I like it just as much as hunting, really. I mean, it's super super fun,
Yeah.
and it helps out the ecosystem, helps out the turkeys, and the fawns and all those different things. So I'm really enjoying it.
Well, like I said before, it's all about balance.
Yeah.
We're not trying to get rid of predators
No.
because they are very crucial to the ecosystem and making it go around perfectly. We just don't want an overabundance. And,
Hmm.
that's what we have to step in and set these traps because,
Yeah.
like I've said before, and I'm standing on this ground and I will die on this mountain, a baby turkey fresh out of the egg cannot fly.
Yeah.
It cannot fly.
We're talking like, you know,
Fresh out the egg.
like a week old and down. Like,
It cannot fly.
yeah.
It can't do it. So
Correct.
what does it do? Well, it gets eaten. I mean,
Yeah.
if
That
it's not
or
the
hide.
fastest runner, and it's not, whatever, it gets
Bye bye.
eaten. It
Yeah.
gets consumed by whatever predator is
Bobcat,
after them at the
coyote,
time.
hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, so not only does the egg have to make it from
Mm-hmm.
raccoons and coyotes and foxes and crows and snakes and all these different things,
Mm-hmm.
it's got to get there and then get to the point where it can fly. And
Yep.
like, dude, it's a miracle that some of these birds are even here because holy crap, they got everything going against them. Their
Yeah.
freaking mom goes up to roost every night and leaves them be. I mean, what the crap, dude? What kind of mom does? It's like, it's just banana land that this happens. And so the fact that, you're killing 2, 3, 4, 5 year old gobblers is a miracle.
Yeah, it is. And I'm just going to break this down for everybody. When a baby turkey comes out of its egg, it does not have flight feathers grown yet.
Yeah.
It has to grow those flight feathers to be able to fly. Because usually when they're born, they just have little scruffy feathers. They're not suited to pick up and fly right out of the egg. And I'm sorry, but like I said, a baby turkey fresh out of the egg will not fly. It cannot fly because it does not have the appropriate feathers to fly.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. That's just what it is.
That's all there is to it.
Sorry, John, that gets me because
Hey, no, I get it.
hey, look, nothing. A baby duck can't fly right out of the egg. It can't. It's like humans. You can't run when you're born. I mean, you can't even walk when you're born. That's learned. I mean, good night. You start crawling first, or you tote it around for a few months,
Yeah, exactly.
and then, it's like, oh, well, heck, I see that over there. Now let me get down and start crawling. I'm going to go get that thing. I don't want nobody to tote me. And then you start walking, and then eventually you're a marathon sprinter, except for me. I'm fat. I don't sprint, John.
Hey, look,
I ain't sprinting.
I told people if you see me running, you better start because something bad wrong is going on.
Oh, dude, if I'm running, there's something behind me that I cannot kill.
Yeah.
And everybody needs to disperse equally and quickly.
Yeah, very fast.
Yes, absolutely. So I ain't running.
No.
And, that's the same concept with a turkey. They don't just wake up and it's like, oh, heck yeah, I'm here. I just cracked through this egg. Now I'm going to fly away with mama.
Nope.
No. It don't happen like that, man.
I mean, eventually, of course, they get the fly,
Yeah.
but it's like,
yeah, they got to grow their feathers first, and then they can fly. And you got to think, to fly, you also have to build up the muscle to be able to flap those wings hard enough and fast enough to make lift.
Yep.
Boom. They got to have flight feathers and they got to be strong enough to make lift to get up in the air.
That's
Point
the
proven.
bottom line to that.
Point proven, my brother.
So let's switch gears here a little bit. We're talking,
I digress.
tips and tricks to get, coyotes and bobcats and different things and setting traps. Shed hunting, man. This is also a great time of year to find sheds. So, do you ever have a certain tip or trick to find sheds? Certain ridges that face a certain way? Do you just go walking around?
Do you want me to be honest or do you want me to tell you the answer everybody wants to hear?
Whatever you're willing to say, I'm willing to listen to.
I get very fortunate a lot when it comes to sheds because most of the time I'm not looking for sheds when I find them.
Okay.
I don't go and just shed hunt. I have too much on my plate. I have to farm. I have to do all these things, in between now and turkey season to get ready for turkey season. We have video projects that we have to finish. There's just a bunch of things that we have to get going to keep the ball rolling there. And, most of my sheds are found while I'm changing batteries and trail cameras, while I'm on the tractor bush hogging or disking ground. That is where I find 99% of my sheds. Just like that. Yep. Sure is. But I will say that I have noticed that majority of the sheds I find are right on the edge between cover and food. Just for me. I mean, everybody's different. Every state's different. Everywhere you go, you're going to find sheds in different locations. Some people find them in bedding areas. There's 100 different places that you can find a shed. But just what I've noticed on our farm, the sheds that I've found have been real close to cover and food.
Yep.
Kind of right there in between.
I usually kind of find the same thing or on the side of a big ridge.
Yeah.
Usually for whatever reason, a ridge facing east. I don't know the science behind that, but other than I usually find sheds like that. And I'll say this too. I don't know if you find this to be true or have paid attention enough, but typically if I find sheds in an area, that's where most of my bucks are late season.
Yes.
I've seen that to be true too. So,
Mm-hmm.
if you find a bunch of sheds in a certain field or a certain ridge or whatever, maybe look to hunt there in your late season time because you might just slip up and catch one walking there.
Hey, you can't ever tell. I mean, if you find a whole mess of sheds, like last year, for example, I was in the graveyard field getting ready to disc it, to plant for early season bow. I found 6 sheds within 100 yards of each other the same day.
There you go.
And that told me that there's a lot of deer traveling through that one particular corner. And if you go back to the Field of Dreams and look at all the footage we got this year, and you look at how those deer enter the field, I would say over half came from that corner that connects to the graveyard field. Over half of the bucks came from that corner. Every set.
Yeah, I mean, kind of makes sense, don't it?
Yeah, it does. I mean, you'd have some sporadic ones, that would come straight in front of you or whatever. But I'm saying more than half of them would come from the right, from where the graveyard field is located, adjacent to the Field of Dreams.
Right.
Now, talking about the graveyard field, buddy, we're getting ready to set that one on fire. I'm gonna burn it to the ground, and then we're gonna disc it, and we're gonna plant chufa in it in June.
Look, I'm telling you right now, I love hunting a freshly burned piece of dirt.
Ooh, me too. What you talking about?
Oh my dude, one of the best public land, probably. I'll just say probably one of the best public land turkey hunts I have ever had in my life was on the estate just burned this dude. It was still smoking, and I was hunting it.
Yep. Yep.
And I was with a buddy Tom, and dude, this story I may have told this, but it's actually kind of hilarious. So I'm driving with Tom. Me and Tom are in Tom's truck.
Yep.
Okay, and I see my buddy Mickey. Oh, Mickey Griffin. Rest in peace to Mickey, man. He's freaking great dude. One of the better hunters and men I ever knew. That guy. Okay, so me and Tom are at this WMA, and we hear this bird way, way far off. I'm like, holy crap! But hey, cool. We heard a bird. So we're like, well, let's drive down this road a little ways, and we'll get out, and we'll walk in the woods a little bit and listen. So we're driving down the road, and I see Mickey walking across this field, going into the woods. So I stop and roll down the window. I'm like, hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey, what's up, man?
Yeah.
And he's looking back, and he doesn't know the truck because it's Tom's truck. And he's like, hey, guys, how's it going? I'm just going to get on this bird. Okay, cool. So, dude, we didn't even, it was so quick into the drive, we didn't realize it was the same bird because just from where we were, it seemed to be different. So we keep going down the road. We turn on a different road. We keep going, and we get to where I like where the bird is, and then I hear somebody calling.
Yeah.
And I'm crow calling, and this bird is hammering, dude. Just pow, pow, pow. And I'm like, here we go. So I quickly figure out, I'm like, I think that's my buddy Mickey calling. So, and listen, you probably shouldn't do this, but I did it anyway.
Yeah.
Mickey was here. Bird was here. And I said, well, Mickey's calling. Bird seems to be responding. I looked up this big old ridge, dude. It was just straight up like this. I said, if I can get to the top of that, I'm going to kill this bird. And I'm going to let Mickey do all the work for me.
Yep.
And I hoofed it. Me and Tom hoofed it. And I called a little bit. Dude, he hammered. And I'm like, he's right freaking here. I just can't see him yet because it's so thick. And finally, he popped his head out. And I was like, here we go. Boom! And he goes to flopping. Yep, I freaking smoked that bird. And, so all this, right, man, I smoked this bird,
you done
dude.
stole that turkey from Mickey.
I did.
What the heck?
This is the best part, dude. So, I don't know, like a year later, dude.
Yeah.
I'm telling this story. And I sent Mickey a picture of the bird and everything like that day, and he didn't know that it was me because he didn't know I was in that dude's truck. He didn't recognize the truck.
Yeah.
And I'm telling the story, and he goes, and it finally clicked in his head. He goes, wait a minute. That was you? That shot? I said, yeah, Mickey, that was me, man. I smoked that bird. He's like, you got to be freaking kidding me, dude. You got that bird over me. And, we had a good laugh about it. He was cool. He's shot more turkeys than I've ever seen probably. But, one of the best turkey hunts on public land that I've ever been on. It was because freaking burnt. This was like really, the state burned fields. They burned, the timber. And it was just awesome, dude. That bird, those turkeys love it. So, if you guys can burn a field like Ben's doing, or a little section of woods, of course, safely and all the things, there's a way to do it. But my gosh, the turkeys will be there.
Get a burn permit for sure before you go lighting big fields on fire. That'd probably be the best bet, or the woods, or whatever. And you need to have a water tank there, and you need to have the fire department's number typed in your phone just in case something
have fire
goes
breaks
awry.
Built,
fire breaks. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So do your research before you go burning fields and doing all that kind of stuff. Do your research first. But it is awesome.
If you can do it,
it is awesome.
Sweet.
It is awesome, man. So I'm gonna burn that field, and then I'm gonna go back in and plant the chufa in June. And the goal is this season to have about, 5 acres of chufa planted across the entire farm.
Ooh.
Oh, it's about to get down. We're about to go western, my friend.
You're gonna have
Western.
every turkey in the county on that farm.
I know. That's what I want.
It's gonna be. I'm telling y'all, dude. If you're looking for a cheat code,
That's it.
I'm telling you. I'm freaking telling
Chufa and
y'all.
clover. Clover works good
Clover
too.
works amazing. I have a clover literally planted right next to the chufa.
Yep.
It's beautiful. They love
It
it.
is.
And
It's
and the
absolutely
deer
beautiful.
will eat it. It's good for them too. There's nothing wrong with it. So
Yeah, no, that's it. It's absolutely
great.
beautiful, man. And
Love it.
well, John, I am ready to get in them turkey woods, and I'm ready to hunt with you this year. And we're gonna tag out in Tennessee this year. If not, we're gonna dang sure try. We're gonna give it our best.
We're gonna have a good time, dude. And I'm super excited about this season. Obviously, me and you getting birds, but
Yeah.
I got my brother coming up. That's always a special
Oh
time.
yeah, old Jimmy.
Me and old Jimmy, I always enjoy hunting
Oh
with
yeah,
him and getting
of
him.
course.
He gets super pumped up, and I get pumped up for him.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing with Jimmy, you people need to have to realize, other than the fact that he's a goober, is is
That is true.
hey,
That
look,
is true. Listen,
we
we
all are.
told him on our booth. Now he did a fine job. His craftsmanship is wonderful.
Oh my
He
god,
did a great thing. We're very appreciative. So just let that be known to start with.
yeah,
But we were sitting there telling him, Jimmy, it needs to be lightweight. Lightweight to go in and out of these shows. Light.
light.
He shows up and it's 2x4s and 1x, and it's heavy as an old cinder block house. I was like,
Beautiful, looks amazing.
oh yeah, it's amazing.
But
He did a
holy
wonderful
crap.
job, but good grief,
Hey, it's got
it's got
wheels.
some weight on it, man. Hey, it does have wheels, but when you go and set up all that stuff, it's just like, woo, Lord
Buddy, it's
have
rough.
mercy.
It's rough.
Yo, this thing gotten heavy up in here. And I
Yeah,
thought the only saving grace of that is that it's pretty and that it has wheels on it. So
Yeah.
there you go. Those are the
exactly.
two saving graces on that. Sorry, I had to throw that in there about Jimmy when you
Oh,
said that he
no,
was a
hey.
goober.
It's it's the truth. I mean,
Couldn't help myself.
yeah, I'm right there with you. But so, I've got him coming up. I'm taking my brother-in-law, probably both of
Yeah.
them who've never been,
Nice.
trying to get my wife's uncle on his first bird. We did a swing and a miss last year. He hunted
Yes.
hard though, dude. We hunted a lot and didn't see anything, and finally got one to come out and do the thing. It's just life happens. And then, dude, I mean, it's just there's a lot of things happening. I really, really think that Rooted is going to have the best turkey footage of its life this year. I really, really do.
I
So,
agree.
I don't want to give too much away, but there's a lot coming, a lot of things in the works for turkey season. So, there should be a lot of sweet turkey content coming out from the Rooted crew. And,
Oh yeah.
it's just going to be really, really fun. And it all starts, with what we're doing now, trapping, burning
Yep.
these fields,
Mm-hmm.
listening for birds, setting pins, scouting, all the things. It's like you do all
Oh yeah.
this work, and then whenever you pull the trigger or you watch somebody pull the trigger,
It's even
awesome.
better. It's
Awesome,
just the
awesome, man.
icing on the cake, man.
That's it.
I always say this: pulling the trigger is the bonus. That's the
Correct.
bonus. That is, getting your cake and eating it too. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a lot of times you're not going to get to eat your cake on hunting, period, but that's not why we do it. We do it to be in God's creation, period.
Yeah.
That's just all there is to it.
Nope.
So, we're out here doing our best, working this ground and trying to make one heck of a habitat for these turkey and deer alike. And, that's just what it is, man.
Oh, I agree. I'm super, super excited. So I'm sitting here trying to think if in a perfect world, I'll probably watch let's see 1, 2, 3. Oh, hopefully, like 10 plus birds die this year. if everything
Yep.
goes according to plan. So
Yep. And the
I'm
lodge
agreeing.
is booked up for the first 2 weekends in the first week. So I hope I get to see a lot of turkeys die this year.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We
Oh
are
yeah.
super, super excited about it. And,
Yep.
oh man, I'm ready. And I'm ready for you to get up here. That way we can catch these coyotes up here and you can show me how it's done.
Oh buddy. I'm gonna show you how to set them traps now.
Don't you worry about
I'm
that.
gonna show you how to do it. So I'm gonna send you a link for those fiberglass little pads to put over your trap, and you need to order them
Yep.
before I get there.
I'll order them.
And
And
they're
some peat
super
moss.
cheap. Yeah, peat moss. You need peat moss.
I could probably buy that. Surely you could buy that at any old Tractor Supply or,
I just bought a bag from Tractor Supply.
yeah. See there?
Ace Hardware, Tractor Supply, Wally World, they all got it.
Looky there. See? Easy peasy.
Yep. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, man. Well, John, I don't know about you, but I don't have much else to say other than make sure you check us out on all of our social platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, anywhere you can listen to a podcast, we're there.
Yep.
Download
YouTube,
us.
all of it.
YouTube, all of it.
Subscribe, like, share, all the beautiful things in the social world.
Yep. That's it.
And yeah, dude, just have a great time out there in God's creation. And until then,
The redneck is out.
see y'all.